The 2026 World Cup just played its opening round. 24 games, 12 groups, every single team on the planet getting their first taste of this tournament. And yes, we are covering every single one of them. Buckle up. Before we start, if you're new here, subscribe. We do this for every match day of the World Cup, so you can either watch all 104 games yourself or let us do it for you. Let's start where it all started. June 11th, Estadio Azteca. Mexico 2, South Africa 0. Julian Quinones opened the scoring in the 9th minute, the very first goal of the entire tournament. Raul Jimenez added a second. South Africa had 2 players sent off because apparently the best way to lose 2-0 is to also lose 2 players. Mexico, efficient, comfortable, exactly what a host nation needs in Game 1. Same day, Guadalajara. South Korea 2, Czechia 1. Czechia led for almost an hour. Then Korea scored twice in the final 20 minutes and stole it. Son Heung-min didn't even score. Korea just refused to lose, which is apparently their entire personality. June 12th, Toronto. Canada 1. Bosnia and Herzegovina 1. Canada's first home World Cup match in history. They went behind early to a Jovo Lukic strike. Sila Lareen came off the bench, scored within 2 minutes, and gave Canada their first ever World Cup point in 40 years of trying. A 1-1 draw has never meant this much to anyone. June 13th, Sophie Stadium, USA 4, Paraguay 1. 0 shots that mattered for the first 30 minutes. Then Balogun scored twice, an own goal made it 3, and Gio Reyna finished it off. Most goals the USMNT have ever scored in a single World Cup match. Casual. Same day, San Francisco. Switzerland 1, Qatar 1. I'm contractually obligated to mention this game happened. Nothing else to report. Moving on. New Jersey. Brazil 1, Morocco 1. The most expensively assembled squad at this tournament got pegged back by the same Morocco side that reached the semis in Qatar. Vinicius scored. Morocco equalized. Brazil fans are already concerned, and the tournament is 4 days old. June 14th. Boston. Scotland 1, Haiti 0. Scotland's first World Cup appearance since 1998. A scrappy, forgettable, entirely acceptable way to get 3 points. Nobody will remember a single moment of this game by next week, including me. Right now. Vancouver. Australia 2, Turkey 0. Solid. Professional. The kind of result that gets you through the group and gets 0 highlights on social media. Toronto again. Germany 7, Curaçao 1. Curaçao, a nation of 150,000 people playing their first ever World Cup match, got run over by a Germany side that looked like they were doing a finishing drill. Felix Nmecha, Havertz twice, Schlotterbeck, Musiala, Brown, Undav. Comenencia got Curaçao's consolation and their first ever World Cup goal, which is genuinely the only happy ending in this entire result. Same day, Seattle. Monterrey. Netherlands 2, Japan 2. The Dutch, one of the pre-tournament favorites, somehow let this one slip. Japan, who treat beating European giants as a personality trait, equalized late. Nobody is shocked. Japan has now drawn blood with the Netherlands, Spain, and Germany at various points in their World Cup history. And at some point, we have to stop calling it an upset and start calling it a pattern. June 15th, Kansas City, Ivory Coast 1, Ecuador 0. Tight, tense, low event. The kind of 1-0 that means everything to the 2 teams involved and nothing to anyone watching from outside Group E Dallas. Sweden 5, Tunisia 1. Sweden just decided to have a training match in the middle of the World Cup. 5 different storylines, one very bad day for Tunisia's defense. Atlanta, Spain 0, Cape Verde 0. This is the one. Reigning European champions. Number 2 in the world. 27 shots. And a 40-year-old Cape Verde goalkeeper named Vozinha, value €40,000, plays in Portugal's 2nd division, said absolutely not. He made 7 saves. He cried at the final whistle. He gained 1.5 million Instagram followers in 90 minutes. This is the best story of the entire matchday, and it's not particularly close. Los Angeles, Belgium 1, Egypt 1. A game that existed. Both teams have bigger fish to fry later in the group. Miami, Saudi Arabia 1, Uruguay 1. Uruguay, a nation that has genuinely won this tournament before, got held by Saudi Arabia. Not the start the South Americans wanted, and a very good start for a team that's historically struggled at this level. June 16th, Los Angeles, Iran 2, New Zealand 2. 4 goals, 2 completely unprepared defenses, and a result that will mean absolutely nothing by the time the knockout stage starts. New Jersey, France 3, Senegal 1. France had 0 shots on target at halftime. Senegal were genuinely the better team for an hour. Then Mbappé scored. Barcola scored 131 seconds after coming on. An 18-year-old Senegal substitute became the youngest African World Cup scorer ever. And then Mbappé scored again from 30 yards to become France's all-time leading scorer. One of the best 30 minutes of the entire matchday, hiding inside one of the most boring first halves. Toronto, Iraq 1, Norway 4. Norway's first World Cup appearance in 28 years. Haaland scored twice on his debut, became the first player ever to do that for Norway. And the team that hadn't played a World Cup game since 2 years before their own striker was born just put 4 past Iraq like it was nothing. June 17th, Arlington, Argentina 3, Algeria 0. Messi, 38 years old. First ever World Cup hat trick. Tied Klose's all-time scoring record. Became the oldest player to ever score twice in one World Cup match. Algeria's coach called the game difficult, which might be the understatement of the tournament. San Francisco, Austria 3, Jordan 1. Austria's first World Cup win in 36 years, and it needed a 90-plus 12th-minute penalty to get there. Jordan, playing their first ever World Cup match, scored their first ever World Cup goal through Ali Olwan and made Austria sweat for every single second of it. Houston, Portugal 1, DR Congo 1. Ronaldo's return to the World Cup stage ended in a draw. Not the homecoming he wanted, but DR Congo will take that result and run. Dallas, England 4, Croatia 2. A rematch of their 2018 semi-final. England went toe-to-toe with Croatia and came out comfortably on top. 2 from Harry Kane, 1 each from Bellingham and Rashford. Statement made early. Toronto, Ghana 1, Panama 0. Decided by a stoppage-time winner from Caleb Yerenki. Ghana, playing without Thomas Partey, who was denied entry into Canada entirely, still found a way to win. And finally, Mexico City, Colombia 3, Uzbekistan 1. Uzbekistan's first ever World Cup match, and they actually scored first through Fayzulayev. Colombia responded with goals from Munoz, Diaz, and Campaz to take it home comfortably. A historic day for Uzbekistan either way. So, that's match day 1. 24 games. A handful of genuine shocks. Cape Verde holding Spain is the headline. A handful of records. Messi, Mbappé, Haaland all rewriting history books in the same 24 hours. And a lot of completely forgettable 1-to-1 draws that exist purely to fill the schedule. 4 debutant nations, Cape Verde, Curacao, Jordan, Uzbekistan, all played their first ever World Cup match on this match day, and somehow every single one of them scored a goal. Not bad for a group of nations nobody outside their own country could find on a map 2 years ago. Match day, 2 starts in days. We'll be back covering every single one of those games too. If this is the type of breakdown you want every match day, subscribe now so you don't miss it. 24 games down, 80 to go. See you for the next one.